Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Toohey Show. I'm your host, Anthony Toohey, Pulitzer Prize journalist winner and author of several books on ancient Rome. Today, we have a very special guest on the show, Emperor Nero. Nero, big fan of yours, pleased to meet you. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Me too. So, Nero, I hear that you were actually, and I'm fascinated by the fact that you ascended to the throne at a pretty young age. I mean, even before what many people consider manhood at 18. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, to be exact, Tony, I was 17 years old at the age, and it was pretty overwhelming.
What was overwhelming to be a ruler at that age? I mean, you know, there's plenty of people throughout history like Tutankhamun, etc., that were teenage emperors, and it's just fascinating to me that you could take over an entire kingdom.
Well, the overwhelming part about this is that recently just inherited the power, and I had no experience in being a ruler. I'd been adopted. I had not been raised by a royal family.
Wow. So, what was one of the most influential times in your life then, leading up to that?
Like, what do you mean about influence?
So, I heard that you had like a tutor. So, your tutor Seneca, was he one of the biggest influences?
Oh, yes. My tutor said, Cecina, yes. He taught me how to be a humane and, fair throughout life, not just as a ruler or anything. And so, this also had influenced me while I was a king, because I knew how to treat and control people nicely while being strict at the same time.
That sounds like a pretty good tutor to me. I mean, I've had some influential people in my life as well, so I understand what you mean by that. So, was he one of your most valued people?
Oh, yes. Very valued person throughout the city. Very smart and noble man.
Oh, okay. So, would you like to share any other influences in your life, like maybe some bad ones?
There was one person who had negatively influenced me to only encourage my excesses, rather than trying to curb them.
So, may I ask what his name was, and did he create chaos in Rome, or for Romans?
Oh yes, his name was Tigellinus. He was a very bad man in Rome. In office, his first actions were to revive the hated treason courts. And so they were hated because when someone disobeyed their leader, they had been sent to this court in which who would decide how long they would stay in prison or if they would be abolished from the city for life. And so this had caused chaos between the lower people in Rome and the higher people.
I mean, really, that's gotta suck for the citizens of Rome back then. I mean, you must have also been pretty ticked off by that, huh?
Yeah, it sure was.
So, gotta ask you a little bit about the government, right? So, you know, how did you like the government? You must have, because, I mean, let's face it, you were the king.
So at times I loved the government, nothing bad about it. And so at others I didn't. And so the reasons for that are sometimes I had made the people angry. And so this had built up throughout their actions over time and how they spoke. And so that kind of made me feel really, really bad.
Yeah.
And so then I really didn't like being emperor because I know that the people wanted with me. And so, and when I did a good thing, their actions towards me and the affection I had liked that.
You know, I see what you mean here. I mean, so it's kind of switch track here. I mean, on the other hand, how did you feel about religion? Did you like it? I mean, can you tell me a little bit? Expound upon
Okay,
it?
so our religion was okay. Like, it was based on, like, bits of rituals, taboos, superstitions, and like old traditions that have been passed down. And so I felt the citizens should have prayed towards me, not the gods, because I was the one who was influencing the city's development.
Wow. So, I guess you wanted to be praised for everything they were doing, right? You almost wanted everyone to look up to you as sort of a god almost, huh?
Yes.
So, don't get mad when I ask you to answer this next question, okay?
Okay.
So, is it true that as Rome was burning...
No, it's not true that I filled up while Rome was burning.
Oh, okay. Jeez, man. Calm down. It's the past, right? I mean, I just wanted to know, so, let's get over that.
Okay, I guess you're right. There's nothing we can do about it.
So, just curious though. I mean, I'm not trying to beat it into the ground, but I mean, why do you think people said that about you?
I have no idea, not at all.
Alright, you know what? I was really hoping you could play this thing for us today and show us some chops, but I guess that's not going to happen, so we're just going to go ahead and end this topic.
I think that's best if we do.
Alright, well, it was nice to see you, Nero. I hope we can get back together sometime and maybe go to the Colosseum and watch the gladiators and the prisoners take on the lions.
Yes, we have to get together. I'll find an opening in my speech.
This has been